biggest question is, why would you even want to play Division I basketball in the first place? If you're new to this channel, let me bring you up to speed. Division I basketball is overrated, and here is why. When you think Division I basketball, you're thinking about a whole blanketed statement that just because it says Division I basketball, it has the best crowd. Just because it says Division I basketball has the best facilities. Just because it has Division I basketball, that means you have the most money and you have the most privilege and all this stuff. And what I'm telling you here today is that is not factual. That big umbrella, the Division I basketball is, and everything under it, does not have the same realities that every Division I school. So the last thing I want you to do is be another senior coming out of high school this year, or another cat coming from JUCO, thinking that all I gotta do is just get to Division I and everything will be okay. All I gotta do is get there, because Division I means that I'm a great basketball player. Division I means that I'm not a scrub. Division I means that I'm the best, yada, yada, yada. Let me ask you this before I get started in this video today. Would you want to go to a Division I, not play, not like the coach, not like your classes, not like how big the university is? Or would you rather go to a Division II or Division III or NAIA school, whichever, that you enjoy the environment, that you enjoy your class, that you enjoy the school, even if you didn't even play the sport? Oh yeah, and you like your coach, and you fit the coach's system. So what I'm saying to you is overrated, because many people run to Division I like it's the end-all be-all. I just don't subscribe to that bull crap. I don't subscribe to, because I didn't go to Division I, I'm a failure. Because I didn't get a scholarship, I'm a failure. Because I didn't go to the NBA, I'm a failure. I don't believe in that. I don't subscribe to that, okay? And you shouldn't either. Find out what's the best fit for you, both on and off the basketball court. Find out what system you work best in as far as basketball. Are you a running gun person? Do you prefer the Princeton? Do you prefer the dribble drive? Know that kind of stuff. Go and find someone that's been at a program for a minute. There's nothing worse than going to find a coach that bounces around from every 2-3 years, and then when you get there, they're going somewhere else, and you're forced to figure it out. All right? So keep that stuff in mind as well. Keeping stuff in mind as far as what majors they have. Do they have the majors that you want? Does the coach work with those doggone players to get themselves situated as far as graduation is concerned? What type of majors does that program normally graduate as far as student athletes? Are they all majoring in underwater basket weaving? Are they all majoring in what is the sport 101? Are they majoring things that challenge them academically? And are they in a conference that challenge them athletically? Do they have the resources, the facilities? Do they have the crowd? Do they have a basketball winning culture? These are things that you should ask yourself. They should be more important than just Division I, everything else. On this video, I want to challenge you to go and find the best fit for you. Not for you and your partner, your friends, what everybody else say they want to see you in, but the best fit for you. But that's not why you're here. You're here because you want the perks of Division I. This video is going to be straight and to the point to Division I, cream of the crop. I'm not talking about Southern Utah University, no knock against them. I'm not talking about Idaho State University, no knock against them. I'm saying the cream of the crop the cream of the crop school that you're thinking about. Because let's face it, when we're talking about Division I basketball, we're not talking about some of those schools that I named just now. And I know we're not talking about those schools that we just named just now, because you didn't see them in March Madness, and you don't know their mascot off the top of your head unless you Google search right now. Hoop loud, you. You're talking about the Dukes, you're talking about the North Carolinas, you're talking about the Michigan States, you're talking about the UCLAs. So that's what is going to be the bar of Division I basketball in this video. In reality, Division I basketball has a huge array of different schools that encompasses Division I basketball. You can go to Division I basketball that have excellent facilities. And then you're going to have some Division I basketball that has horrible facilities. Right? Because there's some junior colleges that have better stadiums than Division I. One of the premier programs in the country every year, top 10 women's and men's basketball every year. They have a better stadium, not gym, stadium, than some Division I programs. Now, that school has moved from JUCO, junior college, to Division II, but they have the same stadium. They redo the floor, of course, but they have the same stadium. And even when they were a junior college, they had a better stadium than some Division I programs. What if I told you that some of these Division I programs don't have a stadium? They don't have a coliseum. They have a gym. They have baskets, not the ones that you got, not the big boys. They got those baskets at the doggone that they let down, like in high school. They come from the ceiling and let down like in high school. What if I told you that? But I'm getting off the beaten path. You're asking me about the perks of Division I basketball. You're talking about the cream of the crop. You're not talking about these smaller schools. And I'm going to give it to you. Here it is. Yes, indeed. Big Brother Bear here to give you all that you want and what you need. Number one perk about going to a major Division I basketball program is this. Tutoring has a whole nother level when you go to these big programs. Now, me at a Division II program and me at a junior college, tutoring was like this. Hey, y'all go in this room, turn off your phone, study. That's it. When you go to a Division I program, there is so much money. Again, keep in mind what I'm saying when I say Division I program. I'm not talking about every Division I program. I'm talking about the cream of the crop. All right? Cream of the crop. Keep in mind with that because I don't want you to get this confused. But anyway, tutoring goes like this. When you're in a smaller program, they don't have the resources to have somebody on your shoulder making sure you go to class. They might do something like the first week of class, like go knock and check and see you're on class. But typically, it doesn't last the entire year. You know why? It's not because they don't care about you going to class. It's because they don't have the manpower or the women power to make sure you go to class every day. So it's really on you when you're at a school that's below the cream of the crop Division I programs. But at Division I, they have the resources to make sure your behind goes to class every day. They have the resources to make sure they do grade checks. They have the resources. They have, at some programs, they have people that their job is to make sure not only you're in class, but you're doing well. They're following up with teachers. I have a good friend of mine, and she worked at a state school, a big university of whatever state, fill in the blank. I'm not trying to out this school because the school is a great program, a great university and a great program. But she told me, she said, Bill, I feel like that I have to spoon feed these jokers. I got to get out of this field because I get in trouble for these guys not going to class. I get in trouble. And when I go and knock on their door and they tell me they're going to class and they fake me out and go back to sleep, I get in trouble for that. And I'm thinking to myself, how is it your fault that these clowns aren't going to class? How is that even your fault? But in Division I basketball, it is more their fault. It's student athlete. They call it student athlete development advisors. And they are the real workhorses for the department. Yes, the athletic director, the coach, and all that. But I'm saying as far as these players going to class, it's big business for them when they go to class because they have to be eligible. Furthermore, as it relates to tutoring, a lot of times these tutors can go on games with them. These tutors can be resources even when they have role games. Let me tell you something. They weren't doing that in JUCO. They weren't doing that at Division II school. They weren't doing that. It was you better get it how you live. This is on you to get it taken care of. But Division I, there's a little bit more coddling. There's a little bit more, hey, we got resources. Let me throw these resources to you to make sure you get things taken care of. So that's a perk. That's a perk. Even if you're taking a class, it's the equivalent of wash your hands with soap, and it really doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things because it won't do anything. It won't do anything as far as helping you find a job, but it will keep you eligible. That's beside the point. What we're talking about is, do they make sure you go to class? And our tutoring sessions more than you just go in an empty room and turn off your phone and them just saying study. Do they have resources? And the answer to that question is yes. Two, the second thing I want to add is one shining moment you knew you were. Yes, that's that glorious time called March Madness that we just got off the heels of in March. When everybody could see your team on TV. Division I basketball, you have to play Division I basketball to play on that national stage. Now, sometimes they do put a Division II clip of basketball on ESPN, just like if it's like a heroic shot, they may throw them a bone like, look at Division II basketball or Division III basketball or NAIA or something like that. But you know, without a shadow of a doubt, the Division I basketball is going to be on there. Whether it's great basketball or not, Division I basketball has a spot on the network. They're going to make sure they push this. And this is exactly why a lot of you want to play Division I basketball anyway, because you see it on TV. But a perk is you can play on TV if you make it to the tournament. 3, typically you have a larger network if you play it to be. So you look at some of these schools like a University of Texas, University of North Texas, and some of these schools have 30, 40, 50,000 people to go to that school. Now, you go to a smaller school, and sometimes you have 2,000 people, 3,000 people, 8,000 people. So as far as the network opportunities, you have a larger scope of network that's afforded to you at some of these well-known Division I schools, the Dukes, the North Carolina, the Texas. So the network is that there are more people. That means there's more opportunity for you to network and get to know other people. My last one is the bigger trips. When you start thinking about like the Maui Classic, when you start thinking about all these big tournaments you see on TV, Division I gets the cream of the crop of those types of tournaments. They get flown out of other places because typically the cream of the crop, not all Division I, have more resources, they have more money to make these things happen. So that's a perk as well. Another perk I can think of off the top of my head is typically at these Division I schools, because they have more resources, you get more gear. You get more sweatshirts and t-shirts and sweats that you know what to do with because they have more resources. But again, that is the cream of the crop. That's not every Division I school. There's a school out in, I don't know if they're Division I now, but they were Division I for the minute. I think they were one of the smallest Division I schools. It was in Louisiana. I think it's called like Centenary. Am I pronouncing that right? Centenary. I don't even know if they cleared 1,000 people on campus. It was almost like I don't know if they even cleared 1,000 people on campus. Is that Division I you're talking about? Because at the end of the day, they were Division I. You would feel good saying you were Division I, but is that the experience that you have in your mind of what Division I would be? Absolutely not. And that's no knock against them when they were Division I. What I'm saying is this. Yes, there are perks there are inherent perks about going and playing Division I basketball. That is a fact. They have perks. But the biggest perk that you'll get doesn't matter if you're in Division I, Division II, Division III. It doesn't matter. The biggest perk is finding a school that's the best fit for you. And understanding that there are scholarship opportunities at other schools. Let me double back. And understanding that sometimes, unfortunately, you may not get a scholarship, but the opportunity to put a jersey on and represent your school and play one more year, one more season, one more time, lace them up one more time, that's an opportunity that you won't get back soon. So don't even get hung up on it has to be a scholarship opportunity. Sometimes, like me, I started off at a junior college in Utah, redshirted. It wasn't a scholarship opportunity. I was eventually able to get one later on, but that wasn't a scholarship opportunity. Who cares? I got a chance to play with my team. I got a chance to lace them up. I got a chance to get better every day. So don't even get lost. Don't get to these colleges and feel like I'm a failure. I just don't subscribe to that bull crap. I don't subscribe to because I didn't go to Division I, I'm a failure. Because I didn't get a scholarship, I'm a failure. Because I didn't go to the NBA, I'm a failure. I don't believe in that. I don't subscribe to that. Okay? And you shouldn't either. Find out what's the best fit for you, both on and off the basketball court. Find out what system you work best in as far as basketball. Are you a running gun person? Do you prefer the Princeton? Do you prefer the dribble drive? Know that kind of stuff. Go and find someone that's been in a program for a minute. There's nothing worse than going to find a coach that bounces around from every 2-3 years, and then when you get there, they're going somewhere else, and you're forced to figure it out. All right? So keep that stuff in mind as well. Keeping stuff in mind as far as what majors they have. Do they have the majors that you want? Does the coach work with those doggone players to get themselves situated as far as graduation is concerned? What type of majors does that program normally graduate as far as student athletes? Are they all majoring in underwater basket weaving? Are they all majoring in what is the sport 101? Are they majoring in things that challenge them academically? And are they in a conference that challenge them athletically? Do they have the resources, the facilities? Do they have the crowd? Do they have a basketball winning culture? These are things that you should ask yourself. They should be more important than just Division I, everything else.